To be heroic is to be courageous enough to die for something. To be inspirational is to be crazy enough to live a little. So many things are possible as long as you don't know they are impossible. Even if you're on the right track, but just sit there, you will still get run over. You don't believe things because they make your life better. You believe them because they're true. Truth is ever to be found in the simplicity and not in the multiplicity and confusion of things. Life is a mystery to be lived, not a problem to be solved. A truth is what it is. A lie, a thought-out deception more brutal than a truth could ever be. Maturity is when you stop complaining and making excuses and start making changes. Differences are not intended to separate, to alienate. We are different precisely in order to realize our need of one another. You are not the victim of the world, but rather the master of your own destiny. It is your choices and decisions that determine your destiny. Those who understand history are condemned to watch other idiots repeat it. What doesn't quicken dies. That's an indisputable truth of life. The planet was being destroyed by manufacturing processes, and what was being manufactured was lousy, by and large. Sometimes bad things have to happen before good things can. Life is like an onion. You peel it off one layer at a time, and sometimes you weep. If you always want the validation of others, you won't grow beyond people's expectations. Your past doesn't determine your future. What matters is what you're going to do with those past experiences to start moving forward. Knowing is not enough. We must apply. Willing is not enough. We must do. Think of one thing you can do that will make a big difference in what you are trying to achieve. People are the most difficult thing in the world to change. Your beliefs will be the light by which you see, but they will not be what you see, and they will not be a substitute for seeing. They're just words, and words alone don't really mean anything. It's what you feel and what you believe when you say them that matter. Happiness is not the absence of problems, it's the ability to deal with them. Everything is created twice, first in the mind and then in reality. Crying can bring relief, as long as you don't cry alone. Be compassionate, and take responsibility for each other. If we only learned those lessons, this world would be a better place. Don't wring your hands over the loss of the past. Steady your hands for the adventure of the future. Absurdity is one of the most human things about us, a manifestation of our most advanced and interesting characteristics. Conformity teaches us the value of our precious worth. By helping others, we expand our joy and fly like we were born to do so. Life is going to give you just what you put in it. Put your whole heart in everything you do and pray, then you can wait. We're never called on to do what hurts. We just do what hurts out of ignorance and habit. Once we see what we're doing, we can stop. Strong souls face painful tragedies because the universe honors their strength by pulling out its most fearsome weapons against them. I live in my own little world, but it's okay, they know me here. Only he who attempts the absurd is capable of achieving the impossible. You can have everything you want if you can put your heart and soul into everything you do. War had bled color from everything, leaving nothing but a storm of gray. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. If you don't learn to laugh at life, it'll surely kill you, that I know. I tell you, one must still have chaos in oneself to give birth to a dancing star. I tell you, you still have chaos in yourselves. If you want to know a person's true character, observe how he treats those who don't matter. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. Be the leading light in your own life and break free from your socially constructed boxes to become better, bolder, and brighter. Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forward. The power of empowerment can change the world, one person at a time. Gratitude is a sign of maturity. Where there is appreciation, there is also courtesy and concern for the rights and property of others. You are in charge of your own happiness. You don't need to wait for other people's permission to be happy. Mixing old wine with new wine is stupidity, but mixing old wisdom with new wisdom is maturity. Honest is how I want to look. The truth doesn't glitter and shine. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. There are no traffic jams along the extra mile. Do what you can, with what you have, where you are. Somebody has to start. Somebody has to step forward and do what is right, because it is right. The man who writes about himself and his own time is the only man who writes about all people and all time. In a room where people unanimously maintain a conspiracy of silence, one word of truth sounds like a pistol shot. But all I could think of was how when nothing made sense and hadn't for ages, you just have to grab onto anything you feel sure of. All I am is literature, and I am not able or willing to be anything else. A book is someone's story. Treat it carefully, look at it closely. We have to know the truth about the past to discover our future. Respect other people's feelings. It might mean nothing to you, but it could mean everything to them. Death comes to us all. We can only choose how to face it when it comes. Being brave means that knowing when you fail, you won't fail forever. Never apologize for showing feeling. When you do so, you apologize for the truth. All the world is queer save thee and me, and even thou art a little queer. Do not ignore your gift. Your gift is the thing you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort. Steve Harvey. Faith is not belief in spite of evidence, but a life in scorn of the consequences. May your feet ever walk in the light of two suns, and may the moon shadow never fall on you. Someone needs to fight. Someone needs to sacrifice. Someone needs to inspire. Someone needs to be a hero. Don't be too timid and squeamish about your actions. All life is an experiment. The more experiments you make, the better. There is no respectful way to deliver a truth, Peter Ojo. It is your responsibility to find fault with me. It is mine to hear you out. But don't expect me to change. Philosophizing is simply one way of being afraid, a cowardly pretense that doesn't get you anywhere. Quietly endure, silently suffer, and patiently wait. Peace is not happenstance. It is a living fire that must be fed constantly. It must be tended with vigilance, else it dies out. If you feel obsessed to prove something to the world, then you'd need world attention to be able to prove it. A rose does not answer its enemies with words, but with beauty. You must learn from your past mistakes, but not lean on your past successes. Hearing voices no one else can hear isn't a good sign, even in the wizarding world. Things are not always what they seem. The first appearance deceives many. The intelligence of a few perceives what has been carefully hidden. It is strange how often a heart must be broken before the years can make it wise. Chase after the truth like all hell and you'll free yourself, even though you never touch its coattails. Don't be pressured by the society, because no matter what you do, you won't be perfect. Why not just be yourself? If at first you don't succeed, try again. Then quit. No use being a damn fool about it. The mind is its own place, and in itself can make a heaven of hell, a hell of heaven. When you chase a dream, you learn about yourself. You learn your capabilities and limitations, and the value of hard work and persistence. Monsters are real, and ghosts are real too. They live inside us, and sometimes they win. We shall not cease from exploration, and the end of all our exploring will be to arrive where we started and know the place for the first time. Never apologize for burning too brightly or collapsing into yourself every night. That is how galaxies are made. Remember to be kind with your words, especially to yourself. If you can't control your peanut butter, you can't expect to control your life. To know you are ignorant is the beginning of wisdom. I have learnt to abide by the laws of my own sanity. Kant thought things, not because they were true, but because he was Kant. Water and air, the two essential fluids on which all life depends, have become global garbage cans. Facts are like cows. If you look them in the face long enough, they generally run away. We reveal most about ourselves when we speak about others. Too many people are too busy making a living to make a life. It is when those who are not strong enough have made some moderate amount of progress that they fail and give up. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I've never had anyone's approval, so I've learned to live without it.